welcome to the Esoteric Empire. This is a channeled message for entrepreneurs. I got this feeling to do a reading on this because, I don't know, it just felt like there's something that someone's trying to create or build, and I felt like it would be really beneficial for you to have this reading. So let's just go ahead and see what's coming out. I'm just going to pull cards and we're just going to go with the flow. Channeled message, channeled message. Alright, we have a lot that just came out, so we're going to take it. Alright, so literally this is how many cards came out, and also this one. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. This is the Five of Swords in reverse. Everything that you've been through, you have to use that as fuel or material for whatever you're trying to build. Okay, and that's very specific, because just because you're an entrepreneur does not mean you're supposed to bring your old traumas with you. These cards, or this particular card, is saying bring that shit with you and expand from it. Use it. So whether it's the lessons that you learned from whatever you went through, or it could be saying that whatever you went through, there's something you're supposed to create from that. So for some of you, it could be, I don't want to say singing is entrepreneurism, but entrepreneurship. But for example, if you're a singer who has a lot of pain, and you've went through a lot of things, if you're a songwriter, rather, you write that into your music and people will feel that and be able to resonate with it. So it's the same thing with an entrepreneur. Use whatever you've went through, whatever you've seen, whatever you've learned throughout your time, and instead of having it as just like this really heavy energy on your heart, use that in whatever you are trying to use for your business. Okay, we have Seven of Swords, Four of Swords. There's a lot that you're going to be exposed to, and a lot of it is going to come through spirituality. So I'm not sure exactly what you do, right? But there seems to be an energy of a lot of what you don't know, or things that you're not aware of. You're going to find those answers through meditation, through prayer, through writing out your issues, petitions, work. Obviously, if you're watching tarot readings, you probably are into work and magic and stuff like that. So it seems as though you're going to be using those tools to get a lot of answers on what you need to do, direction, how to do it, when to do it. Trust whatever your spiritual protectors are. Trust whatever your spiritual nature is. Okay, so for those of you who have been feeling like it's not coming, like you've already started the situation or the business, but it's not happening, it's not manifesting, the reason why it's not coming is because, one, you need to have more spiritual protection. So this can come in a form of maybe you're telling people the wrong things about what you're trying to do. You could be telling the wrong people. It also could mean you just need more rest. You need to be able to be more clear about what you're trying to build and get that rest, so when you wake up, you have the ability to do so and to make things happen. Another thing I'm seeing is with the Princess of Swords in reverse, you're allowing other people's ideas to make your visions dirty. Like someone else's ideas of what you're doing, they're tainting it with their feelings and their words, and those words are really planting and growing on your visions. Does that make sense? So basically, anything you're trying to make happen, if you're listening to other people, in addition to not being spiritually protected, in addition to not getting enough sleep, in addition to not planning for the future and keeping your vision alive, all of that results in you not being able to have what you're trying to make happen. Because I feel like that for a majority of the people here, not for everyone, but a lot of people here are like, yo, I'm trying to do this, but it's not working. That's why. This is what needs to change. It will work. You just have to change these things. You know what I mean? So let's look into I'm just gonna go through with all of it, because I'm starting to see it as a story now. Past, present, and future. Presently, so right now, like while you're watching this, think about whatever traumas you have. That trauma is supposed to fuel you in going towards the future. Once you get towards the future, don't let anyone burn you out. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do this. Don't let anyone tell you it's not going to work. That type of thing. And also, make sure you're getting enough rest. Take care of yourself. And work on your spiritual protection. Sometimes it just means protecting your energy. You know what I mean? Like, keep people away from you that don't need to be around you. I feel like you've gotten this idea from a very spiritual place. Like, honestly, I feel like it's a very spiritual energy that you've gotten this from. And so that's why it's such an important endeavor for you. But you can't let people tamper with the spiritual nature of what this is. You know what I'm saying? This is bigger than you. Okay? This is a really spiritual situation. So first off, let me say this. Your idea is going to be successful. You getting to the point where you were able to spiritually tap in and to shut up and listen to spirit, this is why it's going to be a success. It is going to be a success. But right now, you got to slow down. You have to slow down. There's something about you being out of alignment. So the way that you found this idea, which was probably in a very spiritual manner, or just you being quiet and paying attention, you have to get back to quieting your mind, slowing down. Stop trying to do so much. A lot of your answers that you're looking for come whenever you're still. That's what I'm saying for you. It comes when you're still. Also, understand that this business is not going to happen overnight. You're trying to build something huge. It's not going to be something that you just see the results overnight. And it doesn't mean that that's bad. You want something that's going to build a structure. So focus on, okay, whatever level you're on, you're just want to get to the next one. You don't want to focus on at the end of all of this, I want to see it be monstrous. No, you want to think of, okay, so this is my goal. This is what I'm doing. I want to make this much profit. I want to see this happen. I want to see these things moving. That's what you want to do. Focus on the next step to make it to the next level, whatever those levels are for you. I'm also seeing Three of Swords. You're going to have disappointment. You're going to have disappointment because that's just what building a business is. What you have to remember, though, if you expect the disappointment, you won't see it as a disappointment. You'll see it as a lesson so that you don't go through it again. You'll see it as, okay, so now I know for next time, don't order from this person, or don't collab, or don't do a joint venture with this other company. You know what I mean? It's more of a learning process. Yes, Ten of Cups. All of this is what you make it. This is an experience for you to grow, for you to be who you are. Whatever you're doing, it brings you joy. And whatever you're doing, it's not something that you can really equate with money of how it makes you feel. This is something you would probably be doing even if you weren't getting paid for it. You know, so for you to be getting paid for it, that's the gold. That's the goal in this. But at the same time, it's a privilege. It's a privilege. So there's nothing wrong with you learning along the way, right? Moving towards your future, in order for you to really thrive, I'm going to be completely honest, the Eight of Cups is saying you got to leave stuff behind, whether it's certain patterns that you have or certain people that you're encountering. Let's see what this is. You got to leave stuff behind. It's not going to work with you attaching yourself to things that just are not supposed to be around you. The Lovers. Wow. Okay, so for some of you, it could be a Gemini. For others, it could just be the relationship that you're in, the people that you're entertaining in your love life. The reason why your business is not growing is because you're with the wrong person. A lot of you had to leave relationships behind. And I know that seems scary, sad, but when you really think about it, the people who are successful, and I don't want to make this, you know, weird or controversial, but a lot of people who are successful, they end up having more than one mate. They either have been divorced, or the person that they started out dating when they started their business, they didn't marry that person. So you kind of have to look at it that way. Doesn't mean that you have to go through all these people to find it out, but it's saying a lot of the mindset of an entrepreneur is to grow with the times, with their business. And a lot of people are used to comfort. A lot of people are okay with stability, which, not to say you won't have stability as an entrepreneur, but a lot of what it means to be an entrepreneur is to be uncomfortable. And a lot of people won't get that. They won't understand that. They don't get the point of it. And that's why you have to have the passion behind it. But that's why you need to incorporate your past traumas so that you can really make it more of an emotional attachment to your business. So not to say that you should be emotional within your business ties, but it should mean the things that you're trying to promote to other people, the things that you're trying to use within your business comes from a place of emotion. So you have a heart for it. And some people won't get that because it's not always going to reflect in how much money you make. So if you have a person who doesn't get the mindset, who doesn't see where you're going with it, who doesn't care about what you're doing, they can't be here. It's not going to grow. It's just not. And it's okay to see that, but if you're afraid to acknowledge it, you're going to be very stuck, okay? Let's talk more about how this is going to work for you. I would like to see more on this, okay? It's already written for you that it will work, okay? I want you to understand that. If you've been drawn to this message, this is your message, unless you feel like it's not. But if you feel like it's not, you shouldn't be here at this point. So the people who are here at this point, it's meant to work for you, okay? So there's no doubt. It's about how we're going to get it to work, right? All right, so let's look more deeper into this. At the Page of Cups. So there's a lot of mini spiritualism that wants to be added into this arena. Almost a romanticism of spirituality. Something that makes you feel closer to whatever you have, whatever your products are, whatever you do. People need to feel like this is the path I'm supposed to be on. So I know that sounds like really like deep or whatever, but it isn't. If it's clothing, if it's spiritual tools, if it's music, if it's I don't know, whatever you do, right? There needs to be a sense of someone feeling like this is the path I want to be on. Not because it's like law, but because it feels good. You have to create the mood. You got to create the atmosphere. You got to create your vibe. Because again, being an entrepreneur, it means that other people are doing the same thing you're doing, right? So what makes your experience different from everyone else's? And what's going to make that experience yours is what you've been through and how you're able to convey that artistic view of it. So even if you're not doing anything connected to art, you still have to have a creativity, a certain creative outlook on how other people can connect visually to what you're doing. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of visual because it's almost like you need to attract the person. It's like this is what I'm saying. I'm just seeing orbs and sparkles and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything spiritual, but you have to entice them. You have to make them be like, yo, what is that? Like, I want to be a part of that. What is that? That's what you got to do, right? And that's what's going to be successful because it's an experience that only you can give people. And granted, you are going to have to leave people behind. Granted, you're going to have downfalls. You're going to have moments where you're like, is this for me? But understand that because you've mastered yourself on a spiritual level, this is why it's going to work for you. All right? So that's our reading. I hope that it gave you everything you needed to hear. Congratulations on all the success you've made thus far. Wherever part you are in your entrepreneurship, congratulations. From one entrepreneur to another, I completely bow down to you. Just having the guts to do what you want to do and to build. It's really not as easy as everyone thinks. So to have the gut to do it, like, honestly, like, we're on the same tribe at this point. If you feel like me and you have some sort of business that we can maximize together or we can build together in some sort of way, or even if it's just YouTube alone, go ahead and contact me. I have my email down below. I also have my website down below that you can check out. I have a Patreon. Just figure out how to get in contact with me, Instagram, whatever. I'm open to it, and, you know, let's build together. All right? I'll see you in the next one.